Everyone, welcome to the fourth podcast of the Nameless Comics Podcast. So today we have a guest who's going to come here on our podcast. So this is a guy who is an amazing illustrator and a comic book artist himself. He got his first debut comic out in the market last year in 2024, and was one of the best Indian comic books to come out that year. This is an amazing creator who's done some fantabulous artwork, and what's special about this is that in this comic book he's done everything by himself, be it the writing, the drawing, the inking, the lettering. He's done it all by himself. And if you haven't guessed it yet, I'm talking about Amar Williams, who did Red Flag. So that's who we're going to be talking with today, and I am so excited for that. Before we begin with the podcast, be sure to hit the like button. You can share this with your friends, and be sure to subscribe to stay tuned for more such videos.
I've got your book with me. I finished reading it, I think, in Jan or something like that. Amazing,
Oh,
fantastic book.
thank you. Thank you so
I'm
much,
very,
sir.
very happy to see, Indian people working so hard and doing such a fabulous job with comics. So, fantastic work.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have
Yes.
said enough about his comics, so I'll not start blabbering all over again.
Yeah. I've seen. I think we recently only I saw it was an earlier video, Dr. Manish, the top 10 books, and I
Yeah,
think
Of
this was the
2024.
number one
our
book that you recommended. So that also says a lot. Like, because you obviously follow Indian comics to the T, you know which and what books are happening. So yeah.
absolutely.
I think
Thanks. What about Kandan? Have you read it yet?
no, I have it. I bought it immediately once I saw him posting about it because I know your artwork from lockdown days, so I was always following your artwork.
Oh,
So
oh,
I was always familiar with it. So when I saw that you were doing it, I was like, okay, fine, I'm going to get it. I can't wait for it. So I bought it off with the first time itself. It's up in my collection somewhere.
thank you.
Sure.
So if you don't know, we do a podcast on my channel called The Nameless Things, where me, Pranay bhai, and Dr. Manish, we all get together. We talk about comics or anything related to comics. So this is our first time having a guest. So as you can see, we have Amar Williams here who did Red Flag, and I know him from, like I said, I know him from the lockdown days because I was following him from Just Start Sketches. I even actually have one of your commissioned works up as a poster on my wall over there. It's somewhere over there.
Oh,
Yeah. So I was one of your like early customers before you launched Red Flag. Yeah, and that's why like I
that's
love
that.
your artwork a lot because I have tried to draw it hand sketch. I'm not that
Oh,
familiar with digital art, but I have tried drawing it. So it's many times
that's great.
before. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So as the first I'll ask like where are you from in India actually?
I'm from Chennai, Tamil Nadu.
Okay, that's nice. So I'm from Bangalore here. Pranay bhai is from
Oh,
Mumbai, and Dr. Manish
Mumbai.
is from Calcutta or West Bengal, somewhere in between the two. Yeah, so that's why we're like an all Indian comics fan just getting here to talk about.
yeah.
Yeah, all parts of India being covered,
Yes.
especially now that we have Amar also with us.
Yep.
Yeah, different states, same passion.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, like I said, I was following you before when you were doing Just Start Sketches, in which you are also active now. You do some artwork from every now and then. So, where did it start for you with that artwork to now being a comic book creator? What was this journey like?
Yeah, it was great. The when it was started, like the comic book journey you're asking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
so there are two things I really love. One is writing, like writing in the sense, creating stories, creating characters and stuff. And the other thing, what I really like is drawing. So the comic book thing is like, bridging these two things, what I love. So I just were like, okay, why not? We love these things. Okay, let's just try to create one. And that's how it all started.
That's nice. But like, what was the idea for Red Flag? Where did you get the inspiration for that?
I love playing video games, and one of my most favorite video game is Grand Theft Auto series.
Hmm.
Of
So
course, yes.
So one
I
day
think
when I
all of
was,
us have played that. Yeah, yeah. It's
yeah,
all. I
yeah,
mean, it's
exactly.
one of the most popular ones.
Yes, yes. So one day when I was playing, I just had this idea like, okay, what if this thing was real? What if these things happened in real life? Like some kind of a psycho, treating everyone like NPC players, and and it was like fun and humorous, and that idea was it really impressed me, and it was very interesting. But it was like up to after one point the story was little bit incomplete. It needed something else. So I just had that in a corner of my mind. And then when I was thinking about this Yali character arc, there I developed a character which was, it was very serious, and there was little bit of space for, okay, some kind of a fun element should be there. So I was just
Yeah.
brainstorming, and I was like, okay, there we thought of that idea. Why not we combine these two? And when I combined those two, something, a very good combination came out. Then I told to my friends and my families, and I looked at their excitement, and then slowly it just started developing into a red flag.
Nice.
Uh,
Because
Impressive.
I felt it gave some of that Free Guy vibes. If you've seen the movie Free
Free
Guy,
guy, yes,
yeah,
yes,
Ryan
yeah,
Reynolds,
yes.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
felt like, little bit similar to that, but fun because he also involved Kumari Kandam and everything, which was I liked a lot. I like that, including that concept
yeah.
in this.
When that movie was released, I was like, okay, oh my God, this was my idea. And okay, after this, all the people are going to say, okay, this is a free guy. I just, yeah,
That's nice.
For me, it was like when I read it, it was like kind of reminded me of a little bit of solo leveling, because the hero is kind of leveling up. He's becoming stronger and stronger
yeah,
as he keeps on beating the bad guys. I think there's a development of the
yes, yes.
character which is happening here as well. So for me, that was
Yes,
one of the thoughts which I had.
yeah.
But it's a very entertaining book. There's a lot of
Mhm.
action. There's good dialogues. There's a lot of fun happening. So
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
No, that basically the reason why it did so well is because it has like all the elements. There is fiction, science fiction, superhero, humor, mythology, and then Amar has very skillfully made a concoction. Nothing is you know overdone per se. There is significant amount of action, but one cannot call it an action comic book because there is some depth to it as well. So mixing all those genres and yet creating
Mhm.
something so beautiful is a really skillful job that Amar has done at such an early age.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We have seen in the index this comic book that you have made, Red Flag,
Mm.
from writing to penciling, inking, coloring, lettering, editing, everything has been done by you, which
Yes.
is very commendable. But as a creator, which area in particular do you enjoy doing the most? Like, is it the drawing part or the writing part or the coloring part? Which one in particular?
I enjoyed every part, but I hated one part, which is, the planning, the initial planning and making the rough sketches, because that's where the most work will be there. After that, it's all just a fun part, and, just loving it and doing it soulfully. But the planning and the rough sketch is the part where you have to brainstorm it, and you have to see about lot of things, and those things. Other than that, every part I liked: the penciling, inking, coloring, etc., everything, lettering, and all.
That's nice.
So, making the blueprint is your favorite part of this
Yeah.
project.
Yes, yes.
And
Yeah.
It
so,
was definitely a
are there
first
any
for
of
me to see
yeah,
one
Sandan?
artist do everything in a comic book. I've never come across that before.
Thank you. Initially, the plan was to, I didn't have the confidence to make a comic book myself. I was just, okay, I have the story. Okay, let's just, for the first book, we'll give it to some kind of a professional comic book artist. But, I didn't have the proper budget, and most people didn't respond. So I was like, okay, we'll just try something ourselves, and that's how I ended up doing everything by myself.
Yeah, yeah. There's a saying, right? When nobody else is there, you are there, and you should take it forward. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So कोई नहीं कर सकता तो खुद कर लो.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever happens, happens for all the good reasons.
Yes, yes, definitely,
Exactly.
exactly. Yes.
So, Amar, what or which character or which superhero is your favorite from, say, Marvel, DC, and this huge plethora of Indian superheroes? One in particular from each.
One in particular is Spider-Man.
From Marvel.
Yeah,
Okay.
always, because
So,
it's
Kandan,
very.
are you listening?
Oh yeah.
That's
You're a great Spider-Man fan
Oh
too.
my God! Don't ask.
he is
Yeah.
a huge Spidey fan.
Yes,
So
yes, exactly. So when I was in school and all, almost every day I'll just scribbling Spider-Man drawings in my rough notebook without the teachers knowing. Yeah, I love him so much.
Yeah, and from DC?
he's the most amazing popular character. So yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, undoubtedly. And Tobey Maguire's era made it
Yeah,
all the more
yeah,
Ah,
hyped up.
especially
yeah.
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, that's a brilliant movie. I mean, like
Yeah.
a lot of times, what happens in movies is that the first part is great and second and third are not so great. But in this
Yeah.
particular case, I would say that the second movie of Spider-Man was the best one. It was even
Yeah.
better than the
Yes.
first one.
Right.
Yeah.
Very rarely you come across a
Yeah.
sequel better than the
That-
Hmm.
original movie. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes,
True.
yes, exactly. The story
What
arc,
about DC?
the
What
villains,
about DC?
everything was.
Yeah. They had absorbed the comics properly and made it very comic accurate.
They love me.
True.
Yeah, for the first part, the Green Goblin was not very accurate, but the Doctor Octopus, they just nailed it.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely. Even the way how he swings about, I mean, it reminded me a lot of those Todd McFarlane comic books, like the
Yeah.
placing of it and how he
Hmm.
sits and how he swings by. For those times, I think it was brilliant CG work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
impressed
yeah,
all of
Undoubtedly.
us.
exactly.
What about DC and other characters?
In
Which
From, say,
is a
DC,
Indian.
favorite?
DC, my most favorite character is Batman.
Ah, of
Yeah,
course.
Steve Finch.
yeah,
वो तो प्रणय भाई के मुझे दिख भी रहा है शायद है कि शूट टॉड मैकफर्लिन वाला ही शायद है वो
more
बैकग्राउंड में
than uh, more than Superman, Batman, I
मेरे यहाँ पे
love it.
हाँ, yes. I
Yeah.
have the CGC Todd McFarlane Batman 423 behind me.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh,
like one of my favorites.
oh, great.
Yes.
I am planning on getting the statue someday, but the prices are so exorbitant right now.
Actually, they make
Let's
it in, I think, limited quantities, right? So if you don't
see.
buy it at the initial stage when it's about to be launched, then the same statue, the cost increases. So the best thing to do
Yeah.
is to like pre-book it and buy it at the OG cost.
Yeah.
I wanted to
Yeah.
ask that, the most common thing amongst all four of us is comics. So, do you collect comics?
I don't collect, but I've read like three comic books, just three comic books.
Okay.
Yeah, one is Batman, one is Spider-Man, and one is from a Venom series, Venom King and Black.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
King,
null
yeah,
one,
I
I guess.
remember that. I think it's a more of a recent one.
Yeah.
yes,
Very
yes, yeah,
recent.
very recent one.
Donny Cates is the writer, if I'm not wrong. It's
Yeah,
about
yeah,
like
Donny Cates, yes, Donny Cates, and the artist was I
Was
couldn't
it
remember.
Stegman? Was it Ryan Stegman?
but he did a phenomenal job, is what I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. It was great. It was great.
I
The,
think
the monsters from the symbiote world, very well drawn.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is a dragon also,
so
symbiote dragon.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the part.
there was this main emperor, that Null,
Null.
No.
who controls
Yes.
all symbiotes.
Yeah.
I think he was also
Yeah,
featured in the
King of-
recent Venom movie as well. I
Yeah.
think that's
Venom
the
Blast.
which you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So basically, you are essentially like Spider-Man, Batman, Venom. Those are your favorites.
Spider-Man and Batman. Venom is not like a very favorite,
Okay.
but I just got that book to do some research about how they have done the framing and stuff.
I
Hmm.
see.
So,
So
like,
that was a
I
study
think
material, not a comic book.
What is it? What is it?
I said you have used Venom as a study material rather than a
Yeah.
comic book.
Yes. Yes.
I think
Since it
this
was a
question,
recent one.
yeah, the question I think which I want to ask is that you worked on so many aspects of Red Flag, and what are the pros and cons of that? Like how do you manage to figure out like which is the more important? If somebody is like wanting to like you make a comic book, then how do you go about it? What aspects do you focus on?
Aspects. I don't know because this is just my first comic book, and I was like I
How
didn't
did you
have.
go about it?
How did
How did it
I?
work for you? Like how? Because a lot of people are like looking up to you came out with
Hmm,
an amazing first comic book. So,
hmm, hmm.
and you did the story, you also did the illustration, you did the inking, you did the words, the dialogues, everything. So I mean, how do you go about it? What aspect do you focus on? How does it work out? Like if somebody is watching it and who wants to also kind of get into it, then how does one go about it?
Okay. I'll just say how it worked out for me. The
Yes,
first
yes.
thing was, yeah, the first thing was I loved it so much that I had this compulsion to get it out of my system some way or the other.
You have to get it out. It's eating me alive.
Yeah.
So and I also I didn't know the proper traditional way to do the step by step process. I don't know how people do actually. So what I did was I kind of figured out a unique way for myself, and I also don't know whether it's a good method or not. It was just a trial and error,
Yeah.
and thank God it just worked out. For example. Usually people do like three people will be working in as a team. Like
Yeah.
one will be a penciler, inker, and the colorist. And the penciler will do one page, and he'll give the page to the inker, and then the colorist. Then it goes like that. But in my case,
Yeah.
what I did was I did every page as I planned it in a way that I can reuse the backgrounds. I can reuse several stuff in a very smart way that
Yeah.
only I can see how smartly I've done it, how with less time,
Uh-huh.
and make it seem like as if it's so very tired process.
Different and huge.
Yeah, yeah, different and
Yeah.
huge. Yeah, so I just evolved a lot of things in learned a lot of things, and I also failed a lot. And so I think the only thing I can say is love what we do.
Yeah.
If we just have that, everything will fall in line, and we will know a way, our own way. That's it.
That's a great advice. So one very important question, which I think most of the people who've read your book are asking: when will the next Red Flag come out? Because we've seen some amazing splash pages with the new characters and their features. So
Mm.
how soon are we going to see the next one?
Yes. So yeah, the next part will, I think it will come out probably next year or sooner.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to give the proper time and effort, like the first part. I don't want
Correct.
to rush out things. So
Absolutely.
yeah, and also I'm thinking of the number one goal is to surpass the first part in a lot of aspects in the action part or these kind of things. So
Like
I'm
Spider-Man
planning.
2.
Yes, 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 exactly. I'm
Uh,
also trying out new methods, trying out new ways, evolving and stuff, and it will come out. It will come out soon, and when it comes out, it'll be. I hope it'll be. Everyone will love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it has
sure.
to
I'm
come
sure.
out soon because after we are done with the first volume, it felt like we're just at the tip of the iceberg, and there
Yes,
is an
yes,
entire world awaiting to be explored, and we can't
yes,
wait to dive into that world. So the sooner the better.
yes, yes.
One thing that I wanted to like point out was I don't know if you have read Berserker comics. It's written by Keanu Reeves, basically,
Oh, okay.
amongst many other artists, of course.
Hmm.
So, but in that the character look exactly like him, like how in Red Flag it looks exactly like you. So
Yes,
I
yes.
wanted to ask, what was that like? Like, how did you arrive at the look for Red Flag? Like, was it already in mind that you will keep it as you so that it's easy with the structure, or was it a process to arrive at?
So there is one bad habit which I have as a writer. So whenever I think of stories, I just place myself in the main character and I think. And the problem is whenever I try to shoot, I am basically into filmmaking and stuff. So I have done a few short films, and I'm in the process of making a feature film. So the problem comes when I'm going to start the filmmaking process. I can never imagine another character, another artist, another actor playing the main character. I feel okay. No, something is wrong. Only if I play that character, I feel okay. It's complete. So the same thing happened to Red Flag as well. So when
Mhm.
I first thought of that story, I just had myself in that thing. And when I was designing a look for this character, I did a lot of things. But then I was like, okay, none of these things will work out. Well, let's just keep our face in. So yeah,
It
that's
has
how.
worked out perfectly well so far.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
I agree. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And this way,
So,
he doesn't even have to work hard for reference images. He can
Mhm.
just click mirror selfies and use them.
Yes, yes, yeah, exactly, exactly.
So,
true.
I think I have one last question. Is that like
Yes.
now you are doing Red Flag, and you said you're also working on
Mm.
a feature film.
Yes.
Outside of these, like, is there any other potential concept you have that you might be interested to explore in comic? Either a concept or a genre that you would want to explore?
I have developed a lot of stories for this comic book universe, around like at least 10 stories and 10 main superhero characters like Red Flag, Yali, and there is another superhero based on Jallikat
Oh,
Kalai, the bull.
nice,
Yeah,
nice.
and a lot of these things. And uh, yeah, I would like to explore all of these things are different but kind of same in one way. They're all kind of superheroish, and some are very dark and serious, some are very 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 fun filled, and so I would like to explore all of these things. There is nothing like one in particular. I just try out everything.
So
Nice.
you want to explore different characters, but from this exact same universe itself, or there are other plans?
No, when it comes to comic book, I think in only in this universe I would like to explore. Not in, I'm not since I love this so much, I'm not getting that excitement over other universe or starting a universe from scratch.
Or say any other publishers approach you with a project you are not very keen on doing those?
As of now, I'm not into that because the Red Flag 2 works itself. It's so huge and it's very time consuming, and same like the feature film script I mentioned. So these two are like almost getting taking all of my time. So I wouldn't have the time for to work on other publishers, other comics and stuff.
Makes sense. Maybe
Understandable. Yeah.
someday when you have a huge team or you have a
Yes, yeah,
functioning team.
yeah.
umbrella,
Yeah.
then you can expand more.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that would be good. I think people will be interested now, especially after the first and now next the second volume comes out. I think you people will be interested to form a team and start working.
Yes, exactly.
The benchmark is already there. It's quite up high. So I'm sure
Yeah.
then things become easier,
Yeah.
Mm,
And I just wish someday in the distant future we get to see the movie directed by Amar
yeah. Yes. That is the my
end goal.
primary goal. Yes, I want to, adapt these things into movies.
That's the best way to
Looks.
push your
Yeah.
IP.
Movie or a
Yes.
series. I think even if an animated series of
Yeah,
this itself comes out, it would be very visually very appealing for sure.
Yeah.
absolutely.
True. Who is the artist that inspires you?
So there are several artists. The two main artists who inspires me a lot is one is Patrick Brown. In all the Marvels toy boxes and all, his art will be there. Especially Spider-Man. He is also a very big Spider-Man fan,
Right.
and he is one artist, and another artist is George Jimine. He is DC.
Yeah. George Jimenez.
Yeah,
Yes.
George Jimine.
He does fabulous Batman work.
Yeah, Batman works.
Absolutely.
So I love these two people's works. It's so phenomenal and
Yeah.
very great.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think this
Yes.
was great talking to you, Amar. We enjoyed having conversation with you about comics. All of us share the same passion about it. It's great to see, and the most important thing which you told us is that hopefully early next year we'll get to see the second part
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, thank you for giving us
Thank you.
this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Pranay bro, Skandan bro. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Manish bro. Thank you
Thank
so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Thank you.
great time. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you so much.